And we're back. Same voice, same place, same rink. The only thing that's different is the two teams right in front of us. Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds continue their journey in 6th place when they take on the Eastport South Manor Sharks. Mike Calandra here, ready to bring you the action. Nick Quinn beside me. We got Mike Brown, Dylan Flynn on the other side working the other games that are happening on the South Rink, where currently Northport Huntington is gearing up for their matchup against Patchogue Medford. No, right? Patchogue Medford? Oh, wait, no. Who's Northport? Oh, yeah, Northport Huntington is playing Patchogue Medford tonight as they continue their reign of terror in the varsity division, being the sole undefeated team in hockey with a record of 15-0-1. Connetquot Sayville, a big game here at stake for them, looking for a better result, a better win result against the same team compared to the last time these two teams faced off against each other, which was back in early October. It was a lot closer than many expected it to be, and it ended up being a very exciting game to the end, highlighted by great goaltending from both ends. Jack Sarugian in the cage for the Sharks. And during that contest, you had Noah Tolakowski, who was starting in net for the Thunderbirds. We'll see if head coach Vadyak elects to go with the same netminder, or will he go with the favorite all-star goalie Joseph Walsh? We'll find out. We'll wait and see what the final decision is as we get ready for puck drop in just over a minute.
Right through the goalie's elbow. It was actually sick.
Rematch of October's 5-3 final score, won by Connetquot Sayville, is about to be underway. Thunderbirds, Sharks, one place, one time, only right here on LI Sports Network. Barone trying to steer through the pressure right there, but couldn't do it right in that moment. as the Thunderbirds push in the zone immediately. Connolly stops right there by Zarukian. Whistle blown. We'll have another draw inside the zone as the official makes the adjustment on the netting. Jack Zarukian getting the nod over Matt Bohlhofer for the starting rights in tonight's contest. Opposite of him is a familiar face in the cage, in the bird cage, Noah Tołakowski, as he did against the Sharks back in October, grabbing the 5-3 victory over Eastport South Manor. Marchese dancing his way in, but couldn't get through all of the traffic, and this allows the Sharks to come up with some momentum. Bohlhofer getting this one on goal. Tołakowski plays that aside, and the Thunderbirds will try to pick up and regroup. Kenny Correo, team leading goal scorer on the ice for Connetquot Sayville. Colin Bizel, team leading points getter, scores! And that's how we kick things off. 1-0 Connetquot Sayville. Just like that, Colin Bizel has tied Kenny Correo for the most goals by a Thunderbird this season. Correo entered this contest alone with 15 goals at the top of the list for Connetquot Sayville, but that is not the case. Still here, folks. Here to bring you the rest of this contest, Colin Bizel with the early opening goal, as that shot was fired wide. Sharks looking to counteract, and picking this one up is Riley McGregor. Defense to offense, fires that one wide of the cage. Down low, PAL product, Connor Barone. Looks like he was going to go with a cross maneuver. Instead, he lays it in front. And that chance was shut down by Tołakowski. Thunderbirds on the attack as they continue to pursue the Sharks' defense. Connetquot springs this one around the boards. Connetquot Sayville's Saraceno gets to it. Pardon me, that was Nick Madonna, number 59. Saraceno wears number 89. Madonna coming into this contest with 1 goal and 4 assists for a combined total of 5 points. As Riley McGregor peels away from the pressure given to him by Madonna, and taking this one on the stick, on his stick, is number 27, Patrick Dobbins. This gets immediately taken back by the Thunderbirds. Jimmy Brady onto the stick of Marchese, and that one was stopped by Zarukian. Marchese at the point, holds, fires wide of the net. And targets lined up in front of the cage, waiting to deflect it home. But it wasn't done that time. Here's Evan Vence putting pressure inside the zone. Apicata now. Out of the zone it goes, and this one will be chased by the Thunderbirds' Marchese. Marchese banks this one down the other end for icing. There you see Connor Barone, number 88, on the nights where he's representing his school. But when it comes to the weekends and for road trips playing for a PAL, he's wearing number 19. always a living threat when he has the puck on his stick. And it showed in that contest against West Islip when he recorded a late game comeback hat trick. One of the highlights of the Sharks season. A losing effort to West Islip in which they took the Lions to overtime. That resulted in a big win for West Islip, winning 6-5. Back the other way, Thunderbirds to the net, stopped by Zarukian on the poke check. Willie Hayes lost his stick, trying to get to the loose puck. Able to soccer it. There's Young on the ice. He recorded a big goal against East Islip last week on Connetquot Sayville's senior night. There's a hit thrown as the Thunderbirds try to get a hold of one, and play is stopped again. Good time to mention Justin Young, the defensive prodigy for the Thunderbirds. Through 7 games played, he has recorded a combined total of 2 points. But it's not that bad for someone who's playing the role of a taxi squad player, as he was well known in the JV level, being an all-out threat as the net comes off. So a big opportunity for Young in the second half of the season, getting some first-hand experience of the varsity division, where he will be much needed for the coming years, as he's no longer going to be a JV asset, now being in these varsity games for Connetquot Sayville. Eastport South Manor carrying this in. McGregor evading pressure as he got the shot off, and it was stopped by Tolakowski. Out of the zone it goes, and it will be chased onto the stick of Graffagino. James Graffagino tried to get it onto the stick of his intended target, number 19, Michael Polcrano. Connetquot Sayville will reset. Pushed ahead, but relinquished to the Sharks before Madonna can try to get a hold of it once again for the Thunderbirds. Knifed in front, but couldn't be stuffed home right there. Eastport South Manor trying to gather it and get it in the zone. There's a shot on net as number 11, Morbillo, was taken to task. Matthew Marchese offsides. Long Island Royals product. Very efficient defenseman for the Thunderbirds. His 14th game of the season. Coming into this matchup with 9 goals, 6 assists. Combined total of 15 points, with 2 of those goals scored this season coming on the power play. He had a big 4-point night a few weeks back before the break against Smithtown Hauppauge, which he collected, that was a 3-point night in which he collected a goal and 2 assists. 2 of those goals were scored by the lone goal recipient tonight, Colin Bizel, as this one is floated on goal, fended off by Zarugian, and almost swung back in front, but is knocked out of the zone as the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds reset and push back in. Drive by Connolly, stopped by Zarugian, and the rebound's going to be put home. It was canceled out, and this is Eastport South Manor trying to push the other way. Morbillo. This is Nick Morbillo on the ice with that man, Riley McGregor, but he lost it right there to Bizel, wearing number 52, and he's stopped by Zarugian. Why I said Kalk right there is because last season, Colin Bizel wore number 24, An obvious change was made for the PAL Junior Islanders product, but for unknown reasons. But one thing is for sure is that the number change has worked incredibly well for the impending senior graduate, as he's entered this contest with 14 goals before netting home a 15th, which is a team high, tied alongside Kenny Correo, as there's Correo dumping a body to the ice. Connor Barone trying to push out of the zone, but he gets tangled up and loses it in front. Correo trying to knife it home. Zarugian sprawling and diving to try to make the cover. Makes the stop against Yun. Connetquot Sayville remains inside the zone. Yun again tries again. Couldn't do it that time. Connetquot Sayville. Another chance. Yun. Hayes in front. Correo scores. And it's 2-0. The goal-scoring race for the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds continues as Kenny Correo pots home number 16, putting him back in front. Here's Bizel off the draw, save made, rebound Zarugian with the follow-up snag. Bullhofer on the draw as the Sharks look to get on the board here late in the first period. It goes wide of the cage and Tolakowski will cover it up safely. Kenny Correo with that goal accumulates his points total to 21. He's got the edge over Bizel in the goal-scoring category, while Bizel has the better end of Correa when it comes to total points. Where Bizel stands, it's 25. And he's looking for more here. Colin Bizel couldn't muscle through the pressure right there. He's going to get it back nevertheless. In front, score. 3-0. Frank Saraceno. Bizel with the Bizel with that assist now adds another number to his points total, making it now 26. There's some 40 in the zone for the Thunderbirds. That shot was blocked. The rebound attempt wouldn't go either. Sharks trying to get some life here in the first. Offsides. Morbillo on the draw again. Opposite of that man, Jimmy Brady. This one's dumped in deep, and Vormatag will try to chase it down. It's intercepted and taken back by the Thunderbirds. Vadyak and company. Evan Venth able to shake off Rayleigh, sends it across, or tried to get it across to his intended target, but to no avail. Connolly brushes off the pressure Now Vordenbach comes into the performance tag, came to the pitcher, and here's Barone in pursuit of Marchese, trying to steal one for the Sharks, and whistle is blown. What do we have here? A high stick. And Connor Barone, the man that looked like he was going to get one to go for the Sharks, is sitting for two. Bad timing for Eastport South Manor as Connetquot Sayville will enter the power play. Tied for 7th in the varsity division with 9 power play goals. Eastport South Manor look to clear all the time off against Connetquot Sayville's man advantage. Shot on goal, it's loose in front and juggled around. Correo picks it up and he resets. Correo trying to shake off and work his way in the zone. Stop made right there by Zarugian. With Kenny Correo on the ice, it's worth noting that his phenomenal highlight reel goal, which was on the top of the list for the top 50 plays of our inaugural year in existence, happened to be against this same Eastport South Manor Sharks team. Chance low, and that one wouldn't go. Stopped again by Zarugian. And I should fix the clock. Hold on. .240 to go in the period. Half a minute left on the power play for Connetquot Sayville. They couldn't capitalize right there. Bullhofer attempting to clear it out, but it's kept alive by Bizel at the point. Bizel walking the line. Delays. Bizel with a shot on goal, and it's stopped again by Zarugian. Now I have some time to fix the power play clock. So it shows that there is 19 seconds left of time for the Connetquot Sayville T-Birds to get one to go here. Morbillo got shook off right there by .240. Power play about to expire, and here comes the 5th skater for the Sharks. They send Barone to the bench for Vormatag, who's on the attack for Eastport South Manor. 1:50 to go in the first. 3-0 the score. Eventful in the Sharks zone, but not for all the right reasons. Christian Raley in pursuit of the Thunderbird zone. He got stood up right there. This one's juggled around inside the zone and carried back ahead by the Thunderbirds. Connetquot Sayville trying to wheel and deal here. Mizell doing that, almost sending that one on goal to Madonna. Final minute of play about to commence for the first period. Evan Venth in front, score. 4-0. 8th of the year for Venth. And the Thunderbirds have a stranglehold over the Sharks here in the first period. Barone trying to shift away from Brady. Gonna deal it in front right there, and it's taken back by the Thunderbirds. In they come. That's Brady scores. Jimmy Brady, 5-0. Rayo couldn't chase that one down. Nice move, but it was negated right there for a moment. Sarugian makes the initial stop. 3 seconds and 1. The first period is done. 5-0. Connetquot Sayville leads heading to the second. So far, our expectations have not been met compared to the last meeting between the two squads, in which Connetquot Sayville was victorious over their skilled counterparts 5-3. In this case, over their underdog counterparts 5-3. That game was contested way better. That's when Connetquot Sayville was going through their own woes. That was before they picked it right up at the right time when the playoff race was becoming more paramount as Justin Young scores to make it 6-0. Double Deuce gets his first, and it's his second total ever since joining the varsity squad. After joining the varsity team after being a member of the JV Thunderbirds for a while. He accumulates his points total to now 3 ever since taking this role upon being the perennial taxi squad player for this Connetquot Sayville team. That shot goes wide right there off the stick of number 92, Graffagino. Connor Barone dishes this one around the boards. As Eastport South Manor tries to set something up here inside the zone. Mizell gets it over to Marchese. Now taking this one in is Hayes. Marchese in front. Pardon me, that was Maxwell Gorman. One player we haven't seen on the, penalty called here, and it will be against Connetquot Sayville as one of the Sharks went down in a heap. Riley McGregor throws that one on net. It was stopped by Tolakowski. McGregor gets on it again. Slams on the brakes, trying to set something up. Play is stopped. And we'll wait to see who the culprit is. Maxwell Gorman to the box for roughing. He'll sit for 2 minutes. One of the players that I was looking out for and then appeared in the picture, just as I was about to say his name, was Donald Pace, another fellow PAL product. Teammates with Max Gorman and Evan Venth. Eastport South Manor tries to capitalize here on the man advantage, looking for some new life. Perhaps a goal on the man advantage to rejuvenate this hungry squad. Not going to happen there. Saraceno gets on top of it. Now it's at 40. We'll just dump it in deeper. Bullhofer and the Sharks attempting to activate the zone and get one something to go. Second time's a charm and same result. Another clear. Orbillo carrying this one in. He'll just float it into the corner. Bizell will hunt it down as Ravigino tries to get on top of that one. So that was Papacotto. Now Bizell with 1 goal tonight and an assist under his belt. He takes this one back in the Shark zone, killing off more time against this Eastport South Manor power play unit. Shoveled back into the zone. Around it goes. Bizell on the receiving end will hold it. Sauced all the way down the other corner. As the Sharks have yet to find a way to create an opportunity. Here comes Morbillo, gathering it again for the Sharks. Heavy company being provided by the Thunderbirds. Here come the Sharks. A chance to get one on goal as that one skipped wide of the cage. Trickle pull right there, and that one skipped off a body as it was had eyes set on the goal. Now Connolly with a drive kick save is made by Zarugian. Angled out as Morbillo tries to get a hold of this. There's Rayleigh trying to slam away from the pressure. Marchese back on top of it. Matthew Marchese dances around Morbillo. Tries to shake off Rayleigh as he centers that chance, but it was canceled out. Connolly at the point, keeping it alive, returns it over to Marchese. Marchese dancing around Rayleigh. And he scores to make it 7-0. Quiet venue turns even more silent. I don't even know if that made sense. So quiet venue turns even more quieter. With that goal by Marchese, he stretches his goal mark to now 10. Accumulating his points total to 16. Very talented player, as we mentioned before. plays for the Long Island Royals when he's not representing his school district. Here comes Brian DeLumen, sending that one wide of the cage. Correo. Couldn't pull that one together right there on the wraparound try. DeLumen can't enter the zone, and this allows the Thunderbirds to come up with it again. Hayes, stick handling. We're attempting to stick handle around Dobbins. Good move in front right there by Correo. Here's Kenny Correo. He's seen what he can do with the puck on his stick when he's backed against the corner. Up front, score. The offensive tandem of Kenny Correo and Colin Bizel comes into full effect, and it's 8-0. 2 goals for Correo. And his total now accumulates to 17. Right on cue, a goaltending switch is made. Zerugian pulled for Matt Bohlhofer as the Sharks go with an audible to try to rewrite the wrong here. Connetquot Sayville. Continuing their heavy-powered offense. Connetquot Sayville continuing their heavy-powered offensive surge, while the Sharks desperately try to get one to go here in the second. Barone couldn't capitalize right there as Eastport South Manor has trouble just exiting out of their zone. This results in a chance against the Sharks, and it's stopped in a glove of Bohlhofer. A key moment right there for Matt Bohlhofer as he comes into this contest. Eastport South Manor running into major difficulties in their road ahead after this contest comes to a close. On January 17th, they go head-to-head with St. Anthony's, who will be coming into that matchup motivated and angry after getting shut out by Northport Huntington 5-0. And followed by St. Anthony's January 19th. It's a revisit to one of the bigger upsets of the season, with Eastport South Manor going toe-to-toe with Ward Melville. That was their first meeting, was culminated with Eastport South Manor coming home with the 4-2 victory, led by Riley McGregor and Christian Raley, and some spectacular goaltending by Jack Zerugian. Papkona has it. Chance in front. This one rang off the bar as Tolakowski sprawls out to cover it up before it enters the goal. See it in their eyes. The Sharks wanted that one badly, and they just couldn't finish and hit the mark. They got most of, if not all of, the target in sight. The one thing that was missing was the puck going into the net. That one got the bar. There's another chance in the slot. It was stopped. Rebound. Pad save made by Tolakowski. The Thunderbirds survive that scramble as they push out and back into the zone they go. Bizel takes this one back. He'll throw it in deep. Connolly in the corner with Vence behind the goal. Evan Vence. Rayo and Bizel on the ice. This one's sauced over to Connolly again, who handles it. 2:40 at the point, Venth behind the goal. Eastport South Manor just being toyed with by this Connetquot Sayville juggernaut. No longer the Thunderbirds. This team is the Thunder juggernaut. Coming up with it again is Eastport South Manor as they try to get one to go. 5.5 remaining in the second. 8-0 to score. Sayville got it onto the stick of Connolly, and in he comes. Connolly can't muscle through the pressure right there. Connetquot Sayville keeps it in the zone. Sayville with a drive from the point. This one missed wide. Got a piece of someone in front that caused it to go wide as Connolly sent it back to the point. 2:40 tried to kick it back to his forehand, able to keep it alive in the zone on the missed cancel attempt by the Sharks. The Sharks come up with it once again. This one's couldn't be wheeled ahead as Correo and Hayes get back to it. Hayes with a chance on goal, stopped by Bullhofer. Hayes again trying to guide it onto his stick. He shoved to the ice by McKay, and the Sharks clear it out. Christian Reilly will pursue the puck, but Tolikowski will play it carefully around the boards. Under 5 minutes left to play in the second. Correo. Dangling. Kenny Correo. Taking this on a journey. In front, tried to center it to Hayes, but it slipped off his stick. Hayes got it back around the boards to Correo. Correo still wheeling and dealing. Sayville in the trailer sends a shot, but it was blocked. And Correo getting back to it. Or pardon me, that was Justin Young. Now George Vadyak. Corralling on his stick before sending it back to Young. Young fires that one wide. Off the glass. Correo receives it. He sends that shot wide too. Connetquot Sayville having trouble coming up with scoring play right here. Here's Young to the net. Couldn't finish it on the backhand. Big save, Bullhofer. He made numerous denials right there. And that results in some applause from the stands. Max Gorman stopped right there by Bullhofer. And icing.
Watch what happens here. Watch the stick. Clears the glass, makes it into the stands.
That's pretty cool. Very eventful second period going on the other side between Northport, Huntington, and Patchogue, Medford, but not for this in the scoring department. But wait till you see this replay later when you take a look back at the game that's going on right now between Pat Med and Northport, Huntington. Let's just say someone went home with a lucky souvenir, and one player is definitely not happy about it. My boss and I just had a good laugh behind the scenes right here as that shot is swallowed up in the glove of Tolikowski after it came off the stick of Graffagino. There's a sign of sportsmanship shown by the two combatants. Graffagino saying, "Hey man, you got me. Got me good." Stop the clock. Riley McGregor looked for the feed, and there's a shot again by Papakota, and it's stopped again by Tolikowski. We got here 2.5 left to go in the period. Yeah. Two and a half. Big clock adjustment in this case. Yeah, do not turn your dials just yet. I'm marking the scoreboard, the graphics, and I'm calling this game as we speak. I'm a triple threat as that one got wide of the cage off the backhand of the Sharks player, Connetquot. Colin Bizel shaking off his opponent and dealing it onto the stick of Saraceno. Saraceno floated it in deep. Dobbins will go and try to make something happen as this one pops around the boards. Bizel entering the frame once again, but loses it to the Sharks as they try to gather the other way. Here's DeLumen. DeLumen springing past the defense to the goal. He scores! And just like that, the shutout bid is erased for Noah Tolikowski on that beautiful individual effort goal by Brian DeLumen to put the Sharks on the board. It is 8-1. Thunderbirds will look to counteract on that one on behalf of their heroic netminder who has stopped every shot so far except the one that just beat him. Connolly charging in with a head full of steam down the wing, trying to set something up in the late moments of the second. Evan Vent. Drive from the point. This one skipped off the stick, but it didn't make it to the goal. Vents again. Connolly. Final minute of play commences for the second. Connolly dangling. Sending it in front. Vents couldn't finish strong right there on the forehand. Good setup play right there was made by Connolly, and Connolly is at it again. And Vents able to shake off one defender in front, and could it be stuffed home on the backhand by Brady. Jimmy Brady with one goal tonight. That man, Colin Bizel, backpedaling forward. As he takes charge again inside the corner. Bizel hustling off the pressure as he tried to stuff it home right there. Out of the zone it goes, and it will be chased down by the Thunderbirds. This will be all for the second period. We'll go to the third with Connetquot Sayville leading 8-1. What lies ahead for Connetquot Sayville, you ask? This does. January 16th, a matchup, a rematch in this case against the Ward Melville Patriots. And you remember that frantic finish with me losing my mind over Dylan Callahan robbing Kenny Correo and Colin Bizel before the buzzer sounded. Then January 19th, it's a rematch with the West Islip Lions, in which Connetquot Sayville was victorious, winning 5-1, powered by a extravagant performance from Colin Bizel in his debut of a new number, which he still continues to wear, number 52. And then the season ends with a date with the St. John the Baptist Cougars, my alma mater, in which the Thunderbirds were victorious in that contest as well. So out of the next 3 games Connetquot Sayville will be playing, they only fell to one team in their previous meeting with the teams they played. No loss should put a blemish in their record or put them in a dangerous spot of failing to make the playoffs, as Kenny Correo scores with an absolute thunderbolt upstairs. He absolutely laced that one off the pipe and in. I wish our replay system worked right there, because that was a thing of beauty. Hat trick for Correo, and it's goal number 18 for him. Tonight's forecast calls for cold weather, or I'm not a meteorologist, but I can accurately say that tonight's forecast is calling for clear skies, cold, brisk conditions, and a flurry of hat tricks, courtesy of Kings Park Comac Knights Mikey Brazel from hours before, and just right now, Kenny Correo of the Connetquot Sayville Thunderbirds. Both outstanding players in their own rights, representing their teams, who will most definitely be making the playoffs come February. Sperone couldn't get that one to go. Connetquot Sayville continues to put on just a clinic against this Sharks team and play stop again. We've hit the running clock phase, which means there is no point whatsoever to show the time. Results will be a monster 11th win for the Thunderbirds, where they will continue to trek this difficult and very competitive varsity division. 11-6 will keep them in the same spot, but will no doubt get them closer and closer to a playoff berth clinch. East Islip stands above them, sitting in 5th with a record of 11-5. Ahead of them, Smithtown Hauppauge. In 3rd, Kings Park Comac, who finds themselves just one loss and that sacred tie away from being in 2nd place, jumping ahead of St. Anthony's. And then Northport Huntington. Northport Huntington is closing in on another massive victory over their high school counterparts, the Patchogue Medford Raiders, improving their record to an astounding 16-0-1. And if we have any idea of what the score looks like, well, let's just say it's pretty much the same scenario as over here. Running clock and an easy road to victory. Jake Warmatag and the Sharks. The healthy, near full lineup intact, and by near full, I mean they're literally missing just one guy, and that is number 91, Jack O'Reilly, the power forward, who's not in this current lineup tonight. Connetquot Sayville consists of pretty much everyone that began this season healthy is all here tonight as well, with the addition of JV taxi squad player Justin Young, who now has 2 goals on his varsity resume. One thing about this Connetquot Sayville team, they love to score goals, and it shows in the combined team stats. 80 of them. 80 of them, Nick. Connetquot Sayville has scored 80 goals altogether this season, entering this contest. And now when you add the ones they just scored tonight, that accumulates to a total of 89. Not far off from the KPC Knights, who did their own fair share of damage to the Suffolk Ice Wolves, winning by a final of 7-3. Dobbins, and that was stopped right there by Tolakowski. Vadyak couldn't slide that over on the stick of Saraceno. Saraceno tried to wheel it in front, but to no avail. Drive from the point, and this one couldn't get to the net. It's number 17. Randazzo tried to get a hold of it for the Sharks. Oh, look out! Someone's stick went propelling. I don't even know if that's a word. Well, I guess you gotta change the forecast to a flurry of hat-tricks and a chance of flying sticks over the net. And now things blow up inside the zone. And just like that, the TNT goes off as tempers flare here late in the third period. And the lengthy discussion among the officials and the two teams will not change anything whatsoever, as the clock will continue to wind down, and it's probably best for the sake of the game itself that with the game's just out of reach and not really contended well whatsoever, that the best course of action right here might be just to keep the discussion going as long as possible. Maybe just kill off the rest of the time, because at the moment, Nick Romano has got himself a 5-minute major for instigating that brouhaha. Christian Raley is in the box. And we'll see if he is ejected from the game or not. It really doesn't matter because it's running clock, and regardless of the major power. And that whole incident was incited after one of the Connetquot Sayville players' sticks went flying into the stands, who we can assume belonged to the man that was ejected just right now, Nick Romano, and that led to his frustration getting the best of him, even with his team up by 8. Connor Barone trying to wheel and deal here in these dying moments of the third period and this late power play opportunity for the Sharks. Bizel, shorthanded, and he scores. Lucky number 10 for the Thunderbirds, and this one is put on ice. It's only fitting if Kenny Correo walks out of here with a hat trick. Who says Colin Bizel couldn't do the same? And he did. Hat trick for Bizel, hat trick for Correo. Thunderbirds closing in on a strong, very significant 11th victory. But it won't change the fact that they will remain in 6th place, still sitting behind East Islip, who holds a record of 11-5. Riley McGregor and the Sharks try to just survive the next 2 minutes, while the Thunderbirds will continue their clinic they've put on against Eastport South Manor. Going to this matchup, there was a lot of anticipation for this to be competitive compared with what we saw back in October. Eastport South Manor losing by only 2 goals, which was highlighted by great goaltending from both Jack Sarugian and Noah Tolikowski, and some high spots, most notably Kenny Correo's magnificent individual effort goal. In the second act of this meeting has been just utter domination by the Thunderbirds as they continue their pursuit in the playoff race. Final minute of play. DeLumen, who holds the only goal for the Sharks tonight, is on the ice again for Eastport South Manor. There's a shot from McGregor that misses wide of the cage. And Vence had himself quite the night. Assists and all for number 8. There he is ahead, looking for a goal here. Vence in front, Gorman scores, and that will be it. Final 10 seconds for both the game and the Saraceno penalty ready to expire. But the Connetquot Sayville are in no rush to wait. They will celebrate. Thunderbirds win it by a lot to a little and improve their record to 11-6. That does it here from all of us at LI Sports Network. Mike Colanger, Mike Brown, Nick Quinn, Dylan Flynn. Get home safe. Good night. We'll see you next time right here at the rinks.
I wish I just said that once. That's what I think about.